All right. What's your NFC East bold prediction then?
NFC East. Okay. Um, so I'll do. I have two. Can I do two since we
You
kind
can
of
do
like
two. I'll do two since I only did
did a
half on the
transition
last
here?
one. Yeah.
Okay. Um, my first one is Dak Prescott finishes top three in MVP voting this year. So, um, Dak's going to put up insane numbers. He's going to put up crazy numbers in that offense. He just is. Their division is very weak. So I think the Cowboys. I'm on the Washington football team train. Like I think they will have a really good year. I think FitzMagic will give them a boost. But in general, I still think it's the Cowboys division to lose. And you combine his comeback story, so the narrative piece, with the numbers he's going to put up and a division title.
And the
And
hard knock crew's already there. Like, it's just match made in heaven.
yeah, like don't discount the narrative element of it. That's definitely a key piece here. But I think he'll finish top three in the MVP voting. I'm not going to go as far to say he'll win MVP, but I think he will be in that conversation for sure.
Interesting. Okay. Because I wanted to go Mike McCarthy getting fired, but I don't see
Fired.
Jerry Jones doing that mid-season. So it would be an end of year prediction there. But part of the reason that I transferred the Watson trade from the Dolphins to the Eagles was for exactly what you said. That division is so weak and so winnable right now
Yeah.
that if you get a Deshaun Watson in there, it's going to be years before the other teams are able to ultimately catch up with you, right? The Washington
Yep.
football team is going to need a long-term quarterback. The Cowboys are obviously going to need to their offense will be fantastic, but they're going to need to game plan better. And I don't see that as Mike McCarthy's strength. He won one Super Bowl with one of the
No.
best quarterbacks of all time.
They're
And
also going to
then
have issues, I think, longer term from a financial standpoint with
exactly,
some of the
yep.
contracts they've given out.
Yep. I'm absolutely behind you on that. And to the point of quarterbacks not being the strongest in that division, I have FitzMagic ending week 8 and riding a 4-game losing streak. The Washington football team turns to Taylor Heineke to take on the Bucs in week 10. So Taylor Heineke has back-to-back games against the Buccaneers.
All right. All right. I like that.
And I want to be clear, I don't the FitzMagic benching, that's not because of the fact that he's necessarily playing poorly or that the division isn't competitive or like still within reach to them, but they have a stretch of Saints, Chiefs, Packers, Broncos going into the bye into the Buccaneers. So I just think that at that point they see, okay, FitzMagic's not getting it done. Let's see if we can spur something else and try to finish out the season with a little bit more athleticism, a little bit more non-FitzMagic, based on what Heineke was able to do against the Bucs in the playoffs.
Okay, so we're actually on a very similar wavelength here. So my second prediction is that the Giants bench Daniel Jones in week 12. So we know about Daniel Jones' turnover problems. I don't think those are getting fixed. So I think that's going to be something that pisses off that coaching staff all year. You mentioned how easily winnable that division is. So I think it'll be weak enough that the staff might think that making a change could be the difference that over the last few weeks pushed them in. And really, it's they play the Eagles in week 11. And I think that could be, kind of an inflection point for them on their season. If they lose that game, then you're really looking at like, okay, what are we doing here? And Mike Glennon takes over. So I I think we're on kind of similar paths with that. And maybe the NFC East, you talked about relegation for the AFC South, but the NFC East might be right there too.
Yeah. The Eagles started a quarterback factory apparently, and that's just that nobody is able to continue starting for any of those teams outside of Dak Prescott. Oh
Yeah.
goodness.